And hello and welcome to some more Touhou. Specifically, Touhou 7, Perfect Cherry Blossom. The, as I said by adding 7, the 7th entry in the Touhou series, which is the game that I said I originally wanted to be my first mainline Touhou game. As my first mainline one was Mountain Faith, and in general my first Touhou game I ever played was a Touhou Knights and Knockoff for the Switch. Which, very good game by the way. If you like Metroidvania, I highly recommend check that out. But yeah, pretty much, as I've also said in that previous Touhou video, I wanted to play more of these for the channel as to just spice up some of the stuff we have on here. And, I mean, yeah, it's a pretty fun like, break thing to do in between the normal stuff I do. And past that as well, I was actually able to find the game in English, as I previously mentioned, I said that I was only able to find it, like, this game in, like, the Wayback Machine. And with it, I was actually able to find a bit of it in English, and because of that, after I applied it, we have the game in English, so we can actually read the text and stuff to learn a bit more about what's going on in the story. Which is definitely something that's nice, as that is something I did mention about being, like, not too, like, happy about with Mountain Faith, so I still can't figure that out. Because I am not the best with technology in general. Odd, I know, but hold on. Brr, this is ridiculous. There's supposed to be a sleep of the season here. Don't you mean in spring when sleep said no dawn? Yeah, whatever. Isn't it time for your constitutional rest? Humans not sleep during winter, like the mammals that they are. Some do, I don't. Then I'll help you sleep. A peaceful, deep sleep. Ah, I can't sleep if you don't turn up the heat a bit. You can only sleep in warm weather, and you're like us, the Bessie flowers. Damn it, if you just sleep, then it'll be warm already. And as we go on to the first boss, as I was able to find it in English, and just in general, as the only other way I was able to even come close to finding to download this game in any capacity, was a website completely in Japanese that I was at most able to find and download demo. So because of that, do check after this of course, obviously, do check the description, as I'll be leaving a link down there to that, so, you know, if you want to give this game a go, or want to give this game a go in English, you know, or both, I don't know, yeah, it'll be there, since you know, anything that makes finding something easier, that's pretty much always a good thing. Who knows, there might be something else down there if you go check it out, but there's no need to really go into that at the moment. Anyway, as we move on with this boss fight particularly, it's not too challenging, as I find the first 3 stages of Touhou games to be pretty easy, all things considered, at least on normal, as I do want to get around to playing hard mode at some point, and I'll probably make a video of that first, but I think I want to, if I were to do that, play just, like, vary up the game specifically more, as not, like, overdo it in terms of, like, going from this game on normal, and then this game on hard. Anyway, I'm not getting any warmer, for Taxi's physical intensity. But, you know, that's just my opinion in terms of actually doing that. But oh well, I mean, there'll still be more stuff in the future anyway, so don't worry about that. As I do indeed have plans, but, you know, as we wait for the game to load there for a second. Yeah. Anyhow, as we saw there as well, I guess I can just take this chance to explain a mechanic unique to this game. There's something called borders, in which if you get a border, which is determined by how many cherry points you pick up, which are the little pink things that you get from enemies that, like, you know, they also drop, like, power and blue stuff with just, like, normal points. But if you, you know, you get the pink ones, you get cherry points. And if you get enough of them, you actually can create something called the border, which essentially function as if you get a free hit while it's active, or if you hit X like you would a bomb, then it acts as, like, a free bomb, like, for a screen clear. It's incredibly handy. Not just that, but if you don't use it and let it run out, then you get some extra points on top of everything. Which, you know, helps you get extra lives. And I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty sure as well it increases the points you get from grazing. Which is super handy just in general. Past well, in terms of grazing, this stage is also pretty good for just getting some extra graze points, as particularly for fairies that shoot, like, the double sets of blue, they, you know, they're not the worst to graze on during a good position, since they all aim at you. You have to do some correcting, of course, depending on where you were at. However, you know, especially when you have a border active, pretty handy. Do watch out for the red ones, though. It's not as good graze. Whew, anyway. And yeah, also when you beat the mid-boss there, she'll always drop bomb. So, you know, you didn't see it there because when you have a border active, then it will automatically like grab stuff like that. So it is, so you know, another reason why borders are very good to have, like this in general. Whew, there we go. I got a bit greedy. We should be also nearing the end of stage 2 now in like a couple seconds here. As, yep, there we go. That's the last little bit. Just up to... Oh, there we go. Ah. Are there houses in a place like this? This is the end for ya! Huh? End. Well, anyways, welcome to my Ahiga. So, end of what? The end of wanderers like you. Can't leave once you wander in. Is that so? By the way, I hear that my Ahiga's items give you a good fortune if you take them home. Yeah, that's true. And let the plundering begin. What? This is our home. Get out of here now! So what happened to you can't leave once you wander in. And here we go against the second boss fight against Chen. I guess to mirror the previous video, for Touhou that I did, I shall take this time to say that I absolutely love Chen's theme, and past it as well. I love all the music in this game. They're all bangers, but while Chen's isn't my favorite, as that would go to a song called Necrophantasia, I will mention that this is probably my overall favorite Touhou soundtrack that I've had the pleasure of listening to, with like the songs and stuff. So, you know, quite happy about that. So, you know, be prepared for that. And I guess speaking on audio as well, hopefully I fixed a bit of the issue, but in the first Touhou video I did, I wasn't using headphones, nor do I do that at all whenever I've tried recording something. With audio, so it kind of got the audio to be a mishmash in places, so it didn't sound, so it just kind of sounded off when I was actually looking back at it, but I didn't know how to fix it at the time. But with the power of, you know, the audio, we actually know what I'm doing now a bit more. With using earbuds, hopefully the audio will sound a bit better with overall sense quality. As that is a big pet peeve for me about audio, it sounds off in some form of way. It wasn't delayed or anything, it was just that like the pitch of it was a bit off in some places. Anyway, here's the last attack that Chen shall be using. It's not that tricky. I guess I will mention that when I first was playing this, I thought Chen was trickier than the stage. Hold on. I guess that's it. Better go loot some stuff now. Was trickier than the stage 3 boss, as a I thought that since she was moving around so much that well, I got greedy, and it just kind of led me to not paying attention to the bullets on screen. And here, now we open with neat visual effect. I don't get it, but it looks neat. And here we have Alice, who will be serving as both the, you know, our mid-boss today. Shooting a not too difficult pattern, but you know, again, it is only stage 3. We're before the hard part. There we go. Though I will say that some of these fairies, depending on where you're located, the ones that particularly shoot the 3 sets of, like, the 2 sets of 3 blue, can be a bit tricky to avoid, as a, you know, depending on your location, they could be in a bad spot. Sorry about that, I have like a bit of a cold recording this. By the way, this isn't that bad either, and if memory serves me, blue should drop either a bomb or an extra life on defeat in a second here, so, yep, there we go. Always good to get that extra life. As I guess I'll mention this too, lives are better than bombs, as, you know, or at least more important than bombs, as you know, lives will also give you your base set of how many bombs start with back, so, you know, like always never hurts to not have more lives than bombs, even if you use more. It's cold at night, and I can't see a thing. Is even the warmth of your spring insufficient for pushing away this cold? Yeah, I guess it's not. Long time no see. You only just met. No, that's not what I meant. Am I supposed to remember? Don't you remember me? Well, either way is fine. Setting that aside, what do you mean by the warmth of my spring? The spring to the spring you long for in your mind, of course. Well, just as long as it's not too hot, I'm alright. Still, why has this winter been so long? Because there's someone who's gathering spring, and you have nothing to do with it? Of course not. Well then, bye. Hey! At long last, old friend, we meet again. Have you brought me a gift? Your life, perhaps? I won't be called old friend by someone who plays around with magic crystals. Silly shrine maiden, your 2-colored powers are a mere 28.5714% as powerful as mine. And here we go against Alice. Once we get like to the main part of her theme, it's also amazing. again, the music's phenomenal in this game. But a passive as well. Apparently, she does not originate from this game, but rather from the PC 98 era of Touhou games, where games take place before the 6th entry of the series, that being a embodiment of Star Double. And what she's from there, and apparently she's like one of the few characters to actually be brought back, which is a good thing, because aside from her theme being just really good, she's also quite popular, from what I can tell anyway, so good call. Good call indeed. Though she's not the hardest boss fight in the world. And as we move on here, she has one kind of tricky attack, which, is it already that one? It shouldn't be. It should be the dolls, yep. This one's easy. This is not the tricky attack to which I was referring. But pretty sure it's like the spell card after this that it's kind of tricky because you have to be pretty precise with where you are, but it's not that bad. And I guess also the dolls are destructible, but I really don't see a need to go after the dolls at all during that one. Because these shots are just so condensed and they're so slow, and you have so much space, there's really no reason to not just try to stay in the middle and just wait for Alice to come back in the middle as well. So, yeah. Anyway, we should be nearing the end here. Whoop! Okay, that was actually kind of close. And any second now. There we go. And is this it? Alright, here's the one I think is kind of tricky. As a, you know, it does actually get pretty tight to dodging near the bottom of the screen, which I find to be the best spot to be. So maybe I should be, well, I guess I'll try being more, not just hugging the bottom. Why not? Might as well. Okay. And I guess I'll mention this, Reimu has the power of small hitbox in this game, as she does in every game, but you know. It's particularly nice in this game. I also show off you know, what that looks like if you were to try to clear the bullets with the border. Might as well. And even without that, like, this attack is more bark than bite, specifically. As with the big balls specifically, their hitboxes are quite small, despite their size. So, there we go. By Warmth of Spring, were you referring to these cherry petals? Were you gathering them without knowing it? No, I mean, yes. Which then means we're on the stage for the hardest stage in the game. Not boss fight. Definitely not boss fight. Though I do feel like this one can be tricky. The stage specifically, as, I find this, at least I'm finding a trend of that while stage 4 is the difficulty spike stage, that overall, it's more so the level itself than the boss fight. Not that the boss fight isn't the first one that I consider to be difficult, but more so that the stage itself is overall more difficult. It's also just pretty lengthy as well. So anyway, let's get on this thing. As, I mean, it can all be seen, but like, the fairies are shooting a bit more than they were before. Just a tad. And we haven't even seen the half of it yet. Alright, good time for a border. As... maybe not, actually. So for this part, what they're trying to do is that they're trying to lock you into like a certain part of the screen by shooting weird curvy bullets that, luckily, the power of memorization... never mind, I was not good enough on the draw. Well, now we actually get to see it a bit. But yeah, that's what they're trying to do. Just lock you into that. And as long as you get a large chunk of them, it'll be fine. And we're also going to get to see a bit of what revenge bullets are, which are when you destroy an enemy, these guys specifically, they'll shoot stuff at you. Sometimes it's good, sometimes they will shoot that then in turn. Crap! Alright, that's not good. That is not great. Okay, that is not what we were hoping for, but these guys specifically, this isn't the worst one, but I'm pretty sure the second set, yeah, but then they start shooting both, and both ain't really what you want to deal with, truth be told. I should not have done that. I'm just gonna bomb. I really should have reacted better to bombing, but oh well. We should be in the mid part of the stage now, so with yourself the mid-boss fight against the little white here. Who's not that bad. She has a couple of pairing homing shots, and then after like those, it's bullet vomit. I don't really know how else to call it. It's not too tough though. And not only that, but when you beat her, you get a bomb as well. So you know, extra resources always be good. better, because I was really aiming, hopefully not to lose a little bit. Okay, Death Bomb. Alright, so I want to try to keep this to... Oh, I panicked. Alright. So I want to... Let me rephrase. I want to try to keep this to a, like one life, preferably. Lost on this stage. The boss fight could make that a bit trickier, especially now that I had used the bomb in panic mode. So, you know, that'll be a bit, because that, again, I do find this boss to be tricky. So, you know, we'll hopefully be fun. We'll hopefully be fun. Pass as well, this section's like that first opening was very trying to trap you, except I'd argue that this one's easier, just given the fact that they spawn in closer locations. And then this is just tricky, as this isn't the trickiest part with it, but more so in a second here, they're gonna start shooting red sets of bullets out, which is just way harder to dodge, and just more of them. Like that. Thank goodness for the Death Bomb. Not leaving us in the best position in the world for a boss fight, as I would hope. But what can you do? What can you do? One death on the boss usually were, assuming. Alright, I guess here's the actual question. Let me get this stuff dying first. There we go. Well, okay, I forgot about that. And here we go. Not the best time for the border, because you have to just kind of wait for a second. Any second now. So anyhow, why are cherry blossoms fluttering above the clouds? Since someone usually pop up with a response at a time like this. Yeah, sure. You know, it's that around here, the seasons change, the atmospheric pressure, lowers. It looks like our tension's about to lower as well. Hey, I have business here. I'm not going home yet. Nobody's telling you to go home. It just meant that there are ascending air currents, you see. I mean, it just seems that my destination lies behind this gate, so... You're hurting too much, sister. And who is that? An ascending air current. Our natural enemy. Perhaps not. So, what the hell are you people? And what is this place? We are the Poltergeist Musical Performance Ensemble. We were called here. There'll be a flower viewing event at the mansion. We've been invited to play. You, however, have no instrument. But don't look at the flowers, too. You've not been invited. Invited by ghosts? Well, I wouldn't like that anyway. I want a noise like you should be drowned out. Good luck, sis. Any assistance will be welcome. Here are against Lunasa of the Prison Rivers. Neat little thing about this boss fight is that the one that you're actually fighting is determined based on the character you choose. So, while we'll be fighting Lunasa here for the most part, wow, that was... I usually do better on that non-spell. Alright, not a great start, but especially just the bomb. But, you know, it does change depending on who you're playing at, which is pretty neat. Okay. And I guess I'll also say this, I find most of the non-spells to be trickier than the spells themselves for this fight. Because I don't know, I find there to be more things on screen, typically. With the exceptions of the penultimate spell card, and I guess also the last, but both the last and penultimate one, you know, I find those to be trickier. As for the spell cards particularly, though, how they function is that all three of them join together, which is pretty cool. Like they also all three function as targets as well. So while you're moving, you know, left to right, you still get to do some constant damage. So here's the next one. These ones will pretty much move slow, but there do be a lot of them. I'm gonna try and focus here. There we go. And good timing for a border. As for this one, essentially, I always like to use the border right now, as it just clears out some of the blue ones, which just declutters the screen a bit. As I typically always get the one there as well, so which I think is interesting. I don't know if I'm just getting extremely lucky and getting a border to happen right then, or what the deal is exactly. But you know, I won't complain about it. And now for the penultimate. This one's tricky since the bullets will be messed with by the other two sisters, which, you know, makes it a little trickier to dodge as you have to react to someone who changed. And they also shoot, like, some stuff from the side as well. which I have been blinded by before. Crap, I was deer in headlights there at the moment. Just want to make sure I get the cow though. Alright, there we go. One death to the boss isn't the worst, assuming, of course, this part goes well, obviously. Death bomb? Still doesn't count as a death, so, you know, one death is still fine. And for this one, they spin around in triangle formation with this shoot. This would have been nicer like a couple seconds earlier, but oh well. There we go. Alright, I can attend the flower view then. So, is your purpose hijacking the flower view then? I feel like something is wrong. We're doing pretty well. Few deaths, but still fine. Because stage 5, I find to be even harder than stage 4. But Kai, you might ask, didn't you just say that stage 4 was overall hard because of the stage itself? Yeah. However, the boss fight here in stage 5 more than makes up for that, because I'm just not good at it. And you know what? Truth be told, I genuinely think that I find this boss trickier than everything I've fought in this game thus far. And I mean, and it's like, this is a game I've beaten before, and so, you know, and I've done some extra stuff in, which, extra stuff, that's interesting. But yeah, I just find this boss to be particularly challenging, the patterns that they use. But that's just probably me things. I do think that they are harder than, at the very least, the last boss fight. Even if I can have a lot of, why did I do that sort of moments in that fight, which I typically do have. But oh well. That's still fine, because I'll say though, we do have a lot of resources going into this, so we should hopefully come out alright, as long as I don't forget the bomb. And take her out, and take out this set, and there we go. I want to go up here next, because you're a human, I see. Just what I needed. I shall drain every drop of spring from you. You want to disorient, misdirect that. As you might be able to tell, that ain't fun to deal with without cheating. It's the first one of it. Not that I'd say that the other ones are particularly great either. Oh, I went right into that. I guess we'll see that the blue ones function by aiming directly at you, while the red ones will aim around you. So just plan ahead for that. So I just kind of deer in headlights it, which wasn't great. And I just want to crank the wind over this way. There we go. And please die. Please die. Please. That's fine. You have to beat. When you beat her, though, you're always gonna want it. So, you know. Who can complain? And that's a good time to go to work, because it's time to get some grades. Excellent. And now we're pretty much at the end of the stage as well. So, you know. Short stage. Kinda long, it's definitely shorter than Mountain Face one. But the boss fight more than makes up for that. What an ominous place. This isn't turning out very well. So, this is why all the ghosts were noisy. It must be because of a living human came here. Don't tell me this place. This is where the place used to be living reside. The land of the dead. So you've been invited somehow. You've not been invited. In any case, how can a normal person enter this place so easily? That's just new interviews. Yeah. You broke the barrier on the way here, didn't you? Ah, that one back there? Yeah, just opened right up. That barrier was like a do not enter sign. You're like a kid climbing a pole that says, don't climb. Destroying it selfishly, then saying, that's just too dangerous. Huh? Nonsense. You're quite a talkative ghost. I'm a half non-ghost, you know. That's what needed correction. At any rate, that little more spring, our Saigo Ayakashi will soon reach full bloom. And the small trace of spring that you brought here will give us the last step we needed. You're quite the talkative half ghost. Are you even listening to me? I'm going to cut you down here, and you'll meet your end. If I die in the land of the dead, would I be sent to the land of the dead again? I'll send you to hell. Oh, so this place is not hell? The things that cannot be cut by my Rokan blade, forged by yokai, are next to none! Here we go against Danmaku! Well, I find to be the trickiest boss fight in this game at the very least. Part of that is because, as you'll see with some of her, past like her first spell card, a lot of like her later ones, it just, shit. It just takes a minute for her to actually, like, take damage from stuff. Which just lets the fight go longer and she can attack longer and stuff like that. The villagers having like a bit of a little more HP than you necessarily expect. So, but you know, that's my main reason for finding this secret game. Anyway, for the gimmick, we got a taste of it with her mini-boss fight, but specifically, what she'll do is she'll slow down time to, you know, give you more of a chance to actually dodge the thing. How generous of her. I want power. And, you know, and then you just kind of have to deal with that. Okay. This one I just think is this one's just hard, because you have to, like, semi-misdirect the knives, and it's like... Oh god, I need to... Oh, you know what? I just bombed. Just bomb and need the bomb. Okay. Because I guess I also mentioned this. When I was first trying to once you see this game normally, well, she's the reason that this took so long, because I just can't with some of her bullet patterns. I should have waited. I just find them to be so tricky in comparison to everything else in this game. God damn it. It does not help that I am trying not to screw it. I'm trying to stop myself from bombing as much to make it more interesting, but I should just really bomb in some of this stuff. Just please die. I think I could have actually just squeezed through that one actually, but oh well. Better safe than sorry, honestly. Alright, this one actually isn't too bad. This is one of her easier ones, I'd say. It's I'll say this one kind of reminds me of Devil a bit, just because of the small stuff from below. Though unlike that, there's a giant blob of red shooting down at you as well. Which, you know, makes it a bit trickier. Yeah, it makes it a bit trickier. Though you do have a much smaller hitbox to compensate. Okay. Yeah, you just want to do this as a, you have no reason to try to chase after her during this. As this is just infinitely safer. Oh my, oh, they got faster. Wow, they're getting faster. There we go. Oh, we actually captured that one. Okay. And here's her last one. What you want to do is follow her to where she's going to go, and because there's just, typically, the bullets there are easier to dodge wherever she's specifically standing, so you just want to keep an eye out for that. And try to rush in there. And, just, yeah, pretty much just... God damn it. do what I was doing, but just do it better. Still have 4 lives, though, so... Okay, good timing, actually. We have a bit of insurance now. If we can just get the border bonus, that'd be nice. There we go. There's more than enough spring in this place. What else are you trying to do? The young mistress said she won the first cherry blossoms this year. Silver spring is not enough to decide I caught the full bloom. And the full bloom is a good thing? 4 lives? You know what? Not the worst I've had after Yomu. I'll say that. Not the best, but definitely not the worst, as... she has kicked my butt. Oh wait, I know I'm gonna be up there just yet. As she has definitely kicked my butt a lot. As I've only actually game overed to her once, and that's when, as a joke, I just decided without any practice to play this game on Lunatic. And I actually made it all the way to her, and I was like, I got to like her second to final attack on Lunatic before dying. Young Mistress will kill you before you know it, or is he will be killed? That was okay. You know what? I think we still got a shot at this. I'm actually going to try to bomb more often now, but thank you, our current point total that we were at, for giving us an extra life there. Especially after, because that was particularly awful. But alrighty. And for this one, she removes the time gimmick, and just kind of says what if I try to blind you with a flashing light? I like this attack a lot, if you cannot tell. And there we go. She does drop a bomb. So, 4 lives, 2 bombs, and a border that we're going to get the border bonus for. Okay. My god, I'm so fed up with all these ghosts. So busy stepping into someone's garden, only to speak complaints. That's not normal. Sure, my home is full of ghosts, yes. Now what was my business here again? I was fascinated by the cherry blossoms. You like the flowers, do you? We do have a few empty places at the party. Oh really? Well then, let's go have a look. Still not invited, dear. Ah, yes, I remember. Remember what? I'd rather have a flower view event at my shrine. While true, the flowers here are beautiful, but you kind of return the spring you stole. Just a little longer. A little longer and the Saigo Akashi will be in full bloom. Just what is the Saigo Akashi? Ryokai cherry blossom. We still don't have enough spring to break up the seal on its blossom. Well, if it's been intentionally sealed up, it's probably better not to mess with it, right? Besides, you know what's sealed in it. How can you say that after reaching through the barbarian? Yeah, whatever. So what happens if you break the seal? A perfect bloom will occur. And at that time, a certain summon will be revived. Reviving people just for fun isn't good. And we're trying inviting humans and yokai to their deaths just for fun, no problem. Being able to bring death doesn't mean you know anything about bringing life. What if you revive something real nasty? Get numb before we try. And by the way, uninvited girl. Being here at this point in time is like dying. Being here in this place is equal to being dead. Well, even if I'm dead, I get to see some pretty flowers. If I could just have a bit of that spring that you carry within you, I could see real cherry blossoms with a certain symbol. Alright, enough chit-chat. I'll take back and silky a spring. Should have said so from the start. It was the second thing I said from the beginning. The conclusion is the most important part. Back beneath the flowers, Ghost Spring. See beneath the flowers, red, white. Here we go against Yuko! The final boss. She is tricky. I might think that Yomu stuff is more difficult overall, though I have had a lot of times where I just mess up in horrible ways, and I do think that, funnily enough, her opening attack is one of the trickier ones as well. But all well. Hopefully 4 lives will be enough for me to do this! Oh, yikes. Yeah, we're not doing too hot at the moment, I'll say that much. And here we go. Essentially, the gimmick of this one is that you want to move left and right as to avoid lasers of death from her fan. And then, like, you have a second to attack her from in the middle, yeah, when she's about to unleash more laser. I think they increase in terms of how far right and left you go to each time, which just makes it a little scarier. Each time, the longer it goes on for. There we go! And we got the spell card bonus to that too, the barrier. And now this is when the real fight begins, as she opens what I've dubbed the Big Fan. And essentially how this works, well, this is active, you can actually hurt the fan, which does damage to her as well, but you do more damage, pretty sure, if you attack her directly. Crap. Alright, that was not good. But yeah, still 3 lives, so... Okay. There we go. Still just a bit more. This one also isn't the worst. I feel like I should really just stay quiet about thinking things aren't that bad, because it always leads to something bad happening. Okay. Alright, and this one, I've dubbed Kirby Knife, because as in the second, it's on the nice little curve, and what you want to do is just kind of stay in her face, and you want to just try to squeeze through the big balls, as her hitboxes be very, again, relatively to them, pretty small. So you can just kind of do this, as dealing with it, doing this is infinitely less frightening than dealing with her knives, as, oh boy, have those knives in a lot. And for this one, essentially, there'll be a homing thing after you the entire time. And as I have learned, that wispy after trail can actually hurt you. So do keep that in mind. And then they explode as you try to maneuver through the rest of this here. Okay. Whew! That was close. I'm gonna go right. Please lose HP. Please, come on, come on, come on. There we go! Alright, excellent. Alright, she's now doing a bit of a desperation move here, before her last couple. Good time for a border as well. And I guess the tricky part about this is that it could be blindsided like I just was for a second. And past that as well, she moves around a lot, so can't really get consistent damage on her as much as you would hope. Alright, I need to go back in the middle. Excellent, excellent. Now this one, is spooky because, I mean, yeah, I think you see the... Oh my god. Because I always get blindsided by the other ones that aren't the homed ones at you, as well as just get cornered. A mix of those two things. So this is for grazing is like excellent. Oh, excellent time for border too. Now here we are. Is this the last one? Yes. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Alright. Okay. Two lives, 2 bombs. Okay. Alright. That's the bomb. Alright. There we go! Wait, let's see this thing. There we go! With a death bomb at the end! Okay! Woo! Alrighty. And we got the 1cc. Excellent. I also want to be pretty quiet there too, because that's the one time when the Border of Life plays, and that song is also amazing. Okay. That was a good run. Woo! Anyhow, thank you all for watching. Again, just to end it off, I still plan on doing some more Touhou stuff, like a lot more in the future, as whenever I'm able to get around to it, whenever I can. And, again, do check the description as a, you know, if you want to play this game yourself, I'll leave a link to that. But, I guess, borders, huh? That's interesting. I guess the in-between, the border, if you will, between the comment section, I guess, and the, you know, the video itself, at least if you're on mobile, is a, you know, description. Maybe there's something else there. Who knows? Anyway, let's, I guess, watch the